Hi, my name's Kirsten Foss. So the last couple of video spa business tips that I've been doing had to do with coming into our last quarter of 2016 and looking at some of the opportunities that your spa business might be missing. And today I want to still stay on the topic of we're in our last quarter, it's the final push to reach your goals. But that might be triggering some internal stuff for you. If you are looking at your business right now and it's not where you thought it would be at the beginning of the year, you might be feeling kind of crappy about yourself as a business owner, as a leader. Even if you may be even kind of questioning your role as an esthetician if you're still in the treatment room giving services. You know, if business is slow, it's so easy to slip into that really negative self-talk about, you know, maybe it's me, maybe they don't like me anymore, maybe there's something wrong with me, maybe there's something wrong with the way I'm doing business. It's so easy to have those thoughts that it's easy for it to be our default. And when it's our default because things just aren't working the way that we want, we have to have some tactics to get our heads out of our own way. So today I want to share with you 3 things that I do when I'm feeling crappy about my business. And it helps me to get out of my little pity party, because that's exactly what it is. When we start feeling bad about our business, we can really get into a real raging pity party. And that's okay. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself, but the trick is to not do it for very long. So here's my 3 tips for you to get out of the pity party and get back on track with your spa business. So the first thing that I do when I'm feeling crummy about things is I start a gratitude list. Now, I did this in July when I was feeling kind of shitty about stuff. I went out on my patio on a Friday afternoon. Friday afternoons I usually take off and try to do something fun. But I was feeling so meh at that time that I knew that I had to take some sort of action to get myself out of this weird little funk. So I sat on my patio with a pad of paper and I wrote out, just brainstorming, all the things that have happened to me this year that were amazing, that made me feel loved, that made me feel excited, that made me feel just plain out wonderful. I ended up having 30 things on that list. Some of them were personal. One of them had to do with my husband. He took care of me after I had some surgery early this summer. And, you know, it did wonders. Looking back on that, I thought, oh man, yeah, he really did take wonderful care of me. And he made me feel loved and cherished. Other things that happened in my business, I got to speak at 2 Canadian trade shows. Holy cow, that's really big. Other little things happened. I got to connect with friends that I don't normally connect with. I've had experiences with my kids, just even simple conversations with my kids on their own, where we've had these amazing dialogue. So when I was writing all of these things out and remembering all the wonderful things that happened, by the time I got to the end of my list, I was actually surprised I came up with 30. But by the time I got down to the bottom of my list, my heart felt different. My head felt different. There was a release, a lightening of how I felt. I didn't feel that constriction and heaviness. The second thing that I do when I'm feeling crummy is sometimes I just give myself permission to take a break from my business. Now, that's not to say that I'm not servicing my clientele, I'm not doing the work that needs to be done. I'm talking about the extra work that could probably be put on hold. Maybe you are planning a launch. Maybe you have something big coming into your business, and you can put it on hold, maybe even just for a week, to give yourself a week break from the intensity of focusing on your business. Having that little break, it could even just be for a couple of days. It doesn't have to be very long, but sometimes we just need to give ourselves permission to stop working at the frenetic pace that we have been accustomed to working at. When I give myself these little breaks, they almost instantly allow for that, again, the constriction to release. I feel lighter, and I can actually get to start thinking about what's actually bugging me. When I have too much to do and I'm thinking about too much, I don't have the mental bandwidth to really figure out what's bothering me. Now, the final piece of advice I'd like to give you to get yourself out of a crappy funk about your business is to go do something nice for somebody else. It could be as simple as just treating somebody to a coffee that they weren't expecting. It could be taking a neighbor's dog for a walk if you know she's been ill. It could be helping another parent shuttle some kids, offering to do that. When we do something nice for other people, it makes us feel good. I know you're good at this because, heck, we are in the spa industry. We are all about being in service to others. So sometimes we just have to think of this concept of being in service, but outside of our business. And when you need a mental pick-me-up, doing something nice for somebody else is a really great way to shift that energy. So if you've been feeling kind of meh about your own spa business, maybe try one of these little tactics and see if that can shift things for you. Oftentimes, we don't need to have huge shifts to make changes in our business or even changes in our mindsets. All it has to be is just slightly incrementally better, and that starts feeling better for us. And then we can work towards feeling a little bit more better. See what I mean? So don't feel like you have to take these great big huge steps or make these great big huge changes to feel better. Sometimes it's just the little stuff that does it. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.